Well, hello and welcome to a spooky chat episode we're going to do. I am joined by, and I'm also joining the amazing Millennia Hunter. Hi, Millennia.
Hi. Yeah, I've been wanting to do this sort of podcast for a while. It's talking about dreams while playing dreams. I thought that'd be quite interesting and fun. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about different dreams we've had and playing the game Dreams as well as talking about the game Dreams.
Which is such a brilliant idea. We have wanted to do this for a while because Millennia, you have very interesting dreams, don't you?
Yeah, really crazy dreams. I had craziest one last night, and yeah, I'll talk about that in the podcast. And Apocolex can talk about his as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Millennia, just a bit of background, guys. Millennia is famed for turning his bizarre dreams into actual creations on Dreams. And I think there's very few people who actually use Dreams to reenact their dreams. Most people just create wonderful things or games. Millennia actually turns his dreams into creations. So check him out on YouTube and Dreams, Millennia Hunter and Millennia Productions.
Thanks. And yeah, that's on my channel. That's what you'll be seeing in the background right now. These are different dreams that I've created in Dreams. So it's basically almost an identical copy of the dreams I had. And yeah, there's very few other people I've seen doing this. There's only like, I think, one or two other people who've made one of their dreams in the game Dreams. So I would like to see more people doing it. It is quite interesting.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
happy Halloween.
So, do you want to talk about your crazy dream first, or?
Yeah, I mean, mine will be shorter. So, actually, no, you go first. You go first on your one, because I think yours.
Okay, I'll start off. I had this really crazy dream a few weeks ago. Actually, it was about doppelgangers. It was yeah, to do with doppelgangers, and basically the dream was I was in my old home, and I was just playing GTA 5 with my brother, and then all of a sudden there was two of him.
Two of your brothers?
Yeah, two of my brother.
Oh, God.
And the other version of my brother was wearing a blue top, and he told me his name was Honey, which quite silly.
Oh, my God.
And he was actually really annoying, like way more annoying than my normal brother. Like really annoying, and he was getting on my nerves, and we ended up getting into a fight in the kitchen, and then I ended up chucking him out the house.
Oh my God!
And I slammed the door, and then I went back upstairs to my room to my real brother. And then as I went back upstairs to my real brother, in my old room I had this airing cupboard in my bedroom, this like cupboard where you put towels and stuff. And then I heard something in there, and I noticed there was a doppelganger of me in the cupboard as well, like another version of me.
Oh my God!
And it was like an evil demonic version in the cupboard, and it was trying to get out, so I was just holding the door shut, trying to stop it from getting out. So yeah, that was that dream.
Whoa. It's even more freaky, I think, when family's involved, when it's sort of like a sibling or a parent, and it's oh God, it's a bit more unsettling. I think.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and could I do a quick shout out to another Dreams podcast, if that's all right with you?
Yeah, of course. Go for it.
I'd like to do a shout out to the Sweet Dreams podcast on Spotify. They're a really good podcast. I don't really know any other podcasts which talk about dreams, so they sort of gave me they sort of gave me inspiration to do my own one. So yeah, they talk about
Sweet Dreams podcast.
Sweet Dreams podcast on Spotify. I think they're on other platforms as well, but I'll have to look it up. But every 2 weeks, they have three siblings, two brothers and a sister, and they talk about their dreams every 2 weeks, and it's really entertaining.
That's really cool, actually. In fact, I'd never heard of them, so I'm really glad that you mentioned that, because that's the sort of thing I'm sort of really interested in. Dreams fascinate me, so I would definitely be up for that.
Yeah, so whenever you want to talk about your dream, you're welcome to.
Well, this amazing game, I should probably say, All Hallows Dreams, that you pointed me to, is really funny. I've just found skeletons having a disco, so that's pretty fun.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
It's bizarre. This is it is Halloween season. It is October. If you're watching this in the future, after coronavirus has wiped us all out, we are recording around Halloween season. But yeah, no, it's I mean, I'll just quickly say that dreams. The study of dreams is called urinology. So if anyone ever wants to research it, it's really like there's lots to it. And I think, oh god, it's all gone dark. We'll all learn a lot more from podcasts like those guys. I don't think I've ever listened to a dreams podcast before, but
Oh, you tell me your analogy. That's quite interesting.
it's cool. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. There's all these different weird meanings and hidden stuff in dreams. Funnily enough, I had one last night, and it was so weird. I was in this kind of apartment, and I was somewhere I shouldn't be, and I knew I was somewhere I shouldn't be because I had the feeling I was trespassing, but it was like a never-ending apartment that seemed to go higher and higher and higher. And then I was looking for something, and eventually I found a theatre, but the theatre was all dark and it was all closed up, like it was all, it was like abandoned. And I don't know whether that's me feeling slightly worried about like the theatres today, which are all in big trouble, or whether it's like I missed the theatre, or whether it is. But it was all dark and it was like literally pitch black, and I was not supposed to be there. That's it. I was not meant to be there at all. It's like, and people were looking for me, but it wasn't so much like scary people looking for me in like a nightmare. But I just, sometimes dreams give you those certain sensations. Like I knew I was being looked for, but I couldn't see anyone looking for me. I don't know. That sounds crazy, but
That's really interesting.
It's so weird.
So it was an abandoned apartment building, and you found you say it was going higher. So do you mean you was going up
Yeah,
floors?
it was up floors. Yeah, so I'd get to a floor, reach a door, and then there'd be a kind of another sort of. There were like different rooms, but I didn't go inside any of the rooms. I just kept going up the stairs. It was really weird.
And the last thing you would expect to find in an apartment building is a theatre. So that's quite
Exactly. It was so weird, but I don't know what influences the dreams. Like I was having a chat with someone the other day, and she asked me, because we were talking about how silly conspiracy theories are and stuff like that, and she asked me about what I thought of time travel, stuff like that, and I was like, well, I don't really believe in it. Like I don't believe in time travel. However, one thing I did realize, I didn't say this at the time, but I thought about it afterwards, because I was like, when you have a dream, sometimes that is a bit like time travel in your mind. Because have you ever had dreams where you just go to another place? Like the other day I was at my school, standing there with my friends from school, and from years ago. It's kind of like, in a weird way, your brain sends you back in time when you have a dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, and I've had a lot of dreams where I've actually went back in time. A lot of the time using a device like my iPhone in the dream would have an app which allows you to time travel, and I'd use
that for a dream once, didn't you? That was like you used it for one of your dreams. You had the phone when you were in your room, wasn't it? And then you time traveled.
Oh yeah, that's it. That was a level I made based off of dreams I had, and yeah, I really do think dreams are the closest thing we've got at the moment to real time travel.
It is true. I completely agree. And anyone listening, if you've not had a sort of time travel-y dream and you think we're crazy, honestly, wait until you have one, because sometimes you get those sensations, those smells, even those feelings that you had back then. It's so weird. So weird.
It's amazing. Yeah, and I, in terms of my opinion, I do think time travel is possible, but it's just really hard to do.
Yeah, probably have to sort of. You'd have to go back. I mean, they show those things, don't they, with the two identical twins? And you said, one goes as fast as the speed of light. They don't age, and the other one travels slower, and they do it. All kinds of weird things. But yeah, it's all about having the technology to do them. And
one time travel dream I remember is it was like a bit like you said, Apocolex. It was suddenly I went back in time to when I was at school. Like it was like 2000 and. I think it was 2003 or 2002 when I first started primary school.
Yeah.
And it was like so real. It was like I was actually there. Like the graphics and everything were like amazing. And weird thing was, I wasn't the age I was when I had the dream. I was the age I was back then in the dream. It's like I just got sent back in time.
Yeah.
And to what I was doing at that point. And I was in the classroom and I was just looking around and everything was so real. And like the classmates I had at that time were also there, and I was like talking to them, and yeah, it was amazing. It was like actual time travel.
Yeah, that is. Oh god, like literally over lockdown is a similar one. I was in the, like the eating food hall at the school I was at, and I could just the smell and everything. I was just there. It was so weird. And then, but then you wake up, and then the dreams are so like mysterious because they just fade away, don't they? They just slowly disappear, and like sometimes they're really important, and then they just sort of disappear from your mind. It's almost like they're wiping traces of themselves from your memory, like they shouldn't be there.
Yeah, it's really strange how that happens. It's like how they, like you say, it's like they shouldn't be there. But I do find the more you write them down, the better you'll remember them next time. It's a thing that improves dream recall. Which, I don't know how that works.
You did tell me that, actually, and to be honest, I've been naughty. I haven't actually done it, but you did say write them down or draw them down if you can. I keep forgetting to, because I keep thinking, oh, I'll remember it later, and then by then the dreams disappeared. Oh, this is spooky, this game.
I remember. Sorry, did I cut you off?
No, go on. No, it's all right. This is just brilliant, this thing.
I remember one crazy time travel dream I had was I got an app on my iPhone which allowed me to go back in time, and I pressed the app and I sort of materialised into the past. Like I think it was like 15 years ago or 20 years ago. Yeah, I think it was 20 years ago, and so like everything went blurry and fuzzy, and I materialised into the past. And I was in this field, this sheep field, and I was looking around and I was thinking these sheep that I'm seeing right now had been dead long ago, but now I'm seeing them again. And I thought I'm in the past with a modern iPhone. I was wondering what would happen if I took some pictures in the past on my modern iPhone. So I did that, but the weird thing was this weird glitch paradox happened. So I went to take a picture on my phone, and then it was like this weird glitching reality noise, like this loud buzzing sort of happened, like a paradox, and everything went blurry. And then when I looked at the photos, there was always something wrong with them. Like they were sort of blurry or not coming out right. But the more I did them, the better quality they were. So that was quite a weird dream.
Yeah. I always think it's so clever how you turn your dreams into kind of reality, creating, well, in dreams, if you know what I mean, into actual creations. I think that's something so cool about that, because it's, it's...
Yeah.
Not all of your dreams are pleasant, so to turn them into something creative, I always say this, but I just think it's really great.
Yeah, it's amazing what Media Molecule have given us tools to do that. And I actually, speaking of really bad dreams, I had the other month I had a dream that was so like disturbing that I didn't even want to create it in dreams, but I did it anyway.
Oh God!
And it was a dream about that I somehow bought a cursed skull from a cursed witch's satanic artifact museum.
Oh God!
And I had it in my room when I was sleeping, and it kept screaming, and it was really weird. And I ended up making that in dreams. I didn't want to create it, but I ended up doing it. So that was quite funny.
Oh God! Oh, actually, that's a good point. You mentioned Media Molecule, and we are talking about dreams. Just in case the faithful viewer watching or listening to this doesn't actually know what dreams is, do you want to fill them out? You're a bit more of an expert than I am. Do you want to let them know a bit about what dreams is, and for the new?
Yeah, dreams is basically a huge creation tool where the game developers make it easy for anyone to make what they want. At first, it might look a bit daunting, but the more you do, the better you'll get. And it's just a really easy way for anyone to create their dreams. So, like, if that's what they want to make, or if it's their real dreams, like with me, and you can play other people's creations, and it's really good.
Yes, it is amazing. It's kind of in like two segments, isn't it? You've got one side which is a bit like YouTube, where you just, as you say, you just watch other people's, experience other people's, and then the other one which is the creation, isn't it? Creator, where you do the making, which is really, really great. And some people have made, wow, if you go on YouTube, well, you're probably already on YouTube if you're watching this, but if you go on YouTube and just type in dreams or best dreams creations or anything, you can just see what the sheer scale of, there are some things I don't know how people did, like, that really realistic rainforest that's
I saw
quite
that.
famous.
Yeah, it was amazing.
But how, because there's only like limited amount of sort of space that you can use to create things, so it's always quite amazing that people are able to. I just don't know how some of them do it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. It's really clever, especially the like really good graphics ones where it looks like it could be for PS5.
Yeah. Do you think Dreams will? I mean, I hope so. But do you think Dreams will transfer over to PS5?
I think there's a huge high possibility that will happen because it only was released officially beginning of this year, and I don't think the developers would just want to leave it to last gen if it's been out for just a year. So I think there's a huge possibility it will come to PS5 sooner or later.
Yeah, I'm so blown over and impressed by Media Molecule. I think they've created is so good, and it's so good for people who are creatives and want to make their own stuff. It just gives them a world of possibilities.
Yeah, that's yeah, huge possibilities. And I wanted to talk about what we were talking about before the podcast, but carrying it on. It was what influences dreams, like if you play something when you go to sleep. So I think you were saying something about that earlier.
Yeah, no, you're right, actually. So I've also always wondered what on earth influences dreams, and because I've got really terrible insomnia, I found that a really helpful way for me to get to sleep is I use Audible. So I put Audible on, and I drift off to something, playing something, and it helps big time. But I swear to God, whenever I do use it, that seems to be when I have the dreams. So I don't know if it's the suggestive, because our brains are still active while we dream. We're still picking stuff up because it's our REM sleep, rapid eye movement. So we are still, but I just wonder whether things like that always sometimes influence. I don't know enough about the science, but I mean, do you listen to music or stuff when you sleep? Do you think that influences you?
Yeah, I've had quite a few weird experiences with stuff influencing my dreams. Like I'll give you some examples. Like I usually go to sleep listening to an experimental music playlist on Spotify.
Oh, and wow!
It's the weirdest sort of music you can think of. Like weird music that doesn't have a genre because it's so weird. And I would fall asleep listening to it, and then it would make me have these really weird dreams. Like it made me have this one dream where I was in an abandoned antique shop, and there was an old grandfather clock, and it just became possessed and started moving about on its own, making these really sort of weird dubstep noises.
Oh God!
And it was like just going bouncing about the room, and it was making these weird, creepy chiming noises. And then when I eventually woke up, that music was still playing for a few seconds in real life. Because what happened was the music was real, but it entered my dream and it made me have that dream. So I could listen to the music I heard in my dream in real life when I woke up.
Oh wow!
That's that's one thing that one influence. Another one. Oh, this is really strange. It's like sort of Twilight Zone sort of stuff. I'll tell you this. It's a few years ago. I think it was just like 2011. Something. I was sleeping in late in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was meant to be getting up for school. In the dream, I was having a really long conversation with my dad about something. I can't remember what, but it was a really in-depth, sort of deep conversation about stuff. And while I was having this long conversation in the dream, I hear my dad calling me saying, "Time to get up for school," like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I hear him calling me at the same time I'm talking to him in the dream.
Oh my God.
So it's like, so all of a sudden I'm talking to my dad, and then it's like there was two of them, because I'm talking to my dad in the dream, and then I hear sort of echoed in bleeding through, "Time to get up for school." And then the moment I hear that, my dad in the dream like looks really confused and sort of becomes aware of the real him in the outside world.
Oh.
And it's really strange. It's like the dream NPC, or whatever you want to call it, became aware of my real dad calling me to get up, because he was like looking around saying like, "Why is there another one of me calling?" And like was looking all confused.
Oh God. Do you think you can control your dreams? You know, lucid stuff and like that. Can you move? Like, could you walk around in them, or could you pick something up in them, or is that too?
Yeah, I have had a few dreams where I can control my dreams, lucid dreams, but they're really rare for me to have. I can't seem to make them happen on purpose, but they usually happen by accident.
It kind of feels like unlocking something. Like if you were able to do that on a regular basis, that would be one of the most amazing things. So you just be able to go anywhere. I want to fly, I can fly. I want to go to the moon, I can go to the moon. I know it sounds far-fetched, but it would kind of unlock something in our sort of neural evolution, if you know what I mean. If you could just do that all the time. Maybe some people can, I don't know, but I think it would be awesome. There are sometimes I think I'd love to just be able to, you know, like run the speed of light and stuff like that, and because dreams are so cool.
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah. And lucid dreams, I think I can't remember much of them, but I remember when I did have them, I was like a god. I was like, I could like make grass grow. Like I could just swipe my hand up and then grass would grow, and I could like run really fast, jump high and stuff. And yeah, it's really powerful. They
are kind of magical, aren't they? Because they don't really serve any purpose in terms of like helping. I mean, one thing I think they are for really is, I think possibly when we were Neanderthals, or you know, lived in danger from predators and fear and stuff like that, maybe it was a way of our brains, even when we were asleep, being on guard. I don't know. It could be like something like that, possibly. I'm just trying to think. What
that is a really common theory. Like a lot of scientists think that's the case, but it could very well be. But I think there's a lot more to dreams that beyond the human understanding.
Yeah. Do you think more like what's in a spiritual sense, or in like a kind of?
I'd say it depends on what you believe. So, like, I'd say I'm a little bit spiritual. So I would say, but I also like to be scientific as well. So
yeah, me too. I think.
Yeah. So, is there any dreams that you want to talk about? So just hope I'm not talking too much.
No, please do. No, I love hearing you talk about dreams. No, keep going.
Just wondering if there's any other dreams you can remember that are memorable for you.
Well, it's weird because I for some reason I've never had a proper nightmare that's shaken me out and woken me up. Except I've had ones where it slipped over, but the ones that kind of memorable, like, I don't know, if there's somebody who you know you're never going to see again, but you do see them again in your dreams, or somebody that maybe you were in love with or had a crush on, or someone you have been with, or even a family member who's no longer with you, but seeing certain people again in your dreams. I've had some of those where I've seen all sorts of people, and but for some reason I don't seem to have nightmares. And what kind of freaks me out is sometimes I've had dreams that should be scary that aren't that scary. It's not that I wasn't scared, it's just I have seemed to have no emotion. Like, I remember I once had an awful one about someone dying, and I was just like, oh, well, that's just happened. But that was me in the dream. Obviously, if it was me in real life, I would have been like, fuck. Yeah. But it's like sometimes I'm not even in control of my emotions in dreams. I know you're not really supposed to, I guess, but I feel like there should be an element of it, but I don't seem to be. Do you?
That's really interesting. Yeah, I've had dreams like that where I can't really remember, but I'm sure I've had dreams where I've experienced something which should have been like traumatic or something, but I just didn't care in the dream.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit like you sort of. Well, I worry about my mental state, but then I think after I wake up, I'm like, oh no, wait, it was just a dream. But yeah, it seems to be sort of cold to it, and I don't know if that's because we're used to having those kind of dreams, or if it's because maybe somewhere in our subconscious we know that it's a dream.
Yeah, could very well be that. And I had a really crazy dream last night, a really long one. Is it okay for me to talk about that now?
Yeah. Oh God, please, yeah. Go for it.
It was the craziest sort of dream. Like when telling it doesn't make any sense really, but I'll tell the dream. It was basically I somehow managed to set up this huge live concert, like huge live performance gathering. Ooh. And it was with the Tweenies from the children's show, The Tweenies.
Yes, I remember those. Yeah.
It was with them, and I was working with them in their filming studio and stuff. But it was like they weren't actually real, so like they were real creatures that looked like that.
Oh, and, God!
I was arranging to set up this big concert. They wanted to do like a Tweenies live sort of event, and I set up this concert, and there was this huge stadium which had loads of musicians playing violins, like a big classical music orchestra at the same time.
Yeah.
All playing. And I somehow got Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob to pay for
it. See, that's why I love them. They're just, dreams are amazing. Go on.
Yeah, and which is quite crazy in itself because, if you watch SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs is a real cheapskate. Doesn't like to spend his money on anything.
No, he doesn't. Mr. Krabs. No, he doesn't, does he?
Yeah, and I got him to pay for this really expensive live gathering event. And I remember I ate some food there, and the food was like real sort of upper class, like Gordon Ramsay style, sort of high, expensive restaurant food. And it was like this luxury chicken on a stick with olives and cheese I was having. And like champagne and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was wandering around this event, and I was with the Tweenies discussing what we was going to do and like our performance. And we agreed was what we agreed with was I was going to be I was going to get Mrs. Bangle to be a guest on their live show after they do their stuff.
Oh wow.
But they just But I ended up fighting the Tweenies because they wouldn't let me do it. They were like,
"Oh God!"
They didn't want Mrs. Bangle being on their show, and they were stealing her mask, taking her costume away, and I kept like punching her in the face, trying to get the costume back for Mrs. Bangle.
That's not very nice of them, stealing her mask.
Yeah, stealing her mask, and one of them even took off their head and tried her mask on.
Oh my god.
And but when they took off their Tweeny's mask, underneath they looked like Muppets from the Muppet Show.
Oh god, yeah. Oh, see, your dreams are so fun. Like, they're way more fun than mine. I was
yeah.
Oh,
sorry. There's more to the dream. It's almost finished. What else happens in the dream is I'm trying to do this live performance, but no matter what I do, everything seems to go wrong. Like, I keep being late for it, and I stuff keeps getting in the way, and I end up going down the sewers with my little cousins. I end up going down the sewers with them, and I hear crying down the sewers like people were trapped down there.
Oh no.
And then I go back to where the performance is going to be, and my dad comes out the door and says everyone's left because they got too impatient and I missed it.
Oh my god.
And so what I decide to do is I look for my phone, but I can't find my phone anywhere, and I need my phone so I can reload a save and go back in time so I can try it again.
Oh wow.
Because for some reason in my dreams I can use my phone or just reload a save like you're playing a video game. So like I can go back in time and try again by reloading a save game. And I'm looking for my phone, and I reload the save to go back in time. So I go back in time with my iPhone, and then I'll try and do the concert. But then then suddenly someone's stealing all my money. So then that gets in the way of it as well. So yeah, that was my long crazy dream.
Wow. Is that one you're going to turn into a creation? That one?
I do want to turn that into a creation. That would be quite an interesting creation to have that play out. So,
yeah.
Sorry if that one was a bit long.
No,
but
that was great. That was fantastic. There was a few things I wanted to pick up on that. Oh, one thing I should probably say, just as a bit of background, in case anyone's wondering who Mrs. Bangle is. Mrs. Bangle is a fantastic creation by Millennia, and she, Auntie Bangle. If you go on YouTube, type in Mrs. Bangle or Mrs. Bangle Loves Bread. There's a whole series. I mean, do you want to expand on Mrs. Bangle more actually, because it should come from you.
Yeah, Mrs. Bangle is a very lovely woman, very tragic as well, because she was in a horrible accident which sort of deformed her face, and she was already born deformed as it was, so her face became so disfigured and like horrible looking that people just couldn't see it anymore. So she has to hide her face by wearing a mask she made herself. But she's a really nice woman, and she does crazy videos like with like surreal, like very dreamlike stuff going on.
She does, and it's actually thanks to Mrs. Bangle that I met you, because I discovered Mrs. Bangle on Dreams while dream surfing for bizarre. I've always had a taste for interesting and wacky, and I was specifically looking for something fun and different, and that's how I found her. So it's and then I found you, so it's cool. Yeah, it's go Mrs. Bangle. We owe her a lot.
Yeah, and are there any? Can you think of any other memorable dreams from your past?
Oh God, I can off the top of my head. Let me think. More recently, I did have one. Actually, one that kind of did freak me out, but it's an exact example of why I really don't know why I'm not more scared of dreams. Was I was in a plane that was going down once, but I knew it was going down, and I knew I was going to die, but I was still okay with it, and I wish I wasn't, because in a way I'd feel like it would be more of a real dream if I was like a bit scared or a bit like, but it's like I hope I'm not like cold. I'm not just like a cold soul that just doesn't care if I die, because I was like, it was going down. I remembered being in that little kind of box, not box, a little, when you're in a plane, it's quite claustrophobic. Oh, actually, I'll tell you one thing I should mention. When I was younger, there was one thing that used to really scare me and freak me out, which was the London Underground. Always used to kind of have sort of weird dreams about the London Underground, because for me, it always reminded me of like a tunnel. And, as I was going down as a kid, if you'd hear the train coming, it would get louder and louder, and it feels like you're walking around in a tunnel. I always used to feel like it was going to get me. And if I stood on the end of the platform and looked down the dark tunnel, which was always pitch black, you'd see the two eyes of the train. It always looked like eyes getting brighter and brighter. I used to terrify me as a kid, and I don't know why. I never really sort of met anyone else who's had that sort of fear or phobia. But I'm okay with it now. I get the tube all the time. But I never forget how I used to feel as a kid. Did you have things that used to freak you out as a kid? Like,
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I actually I've had a few. It's interesting you say. I remember you talking about that. How the you've had dreams about the train. Was it? Well, like you said, like, that's quite interesting. I haven't really heard anyone else had dreams like that. But I used to have nightmares about the Muppets when I was a kid.
The Muppets. Oh God.
I used to. I don't know if you know. Have you ever seen the one Pepe the King Prawn?
Oh God, which one's Pepe?
Yeah, but he has.
I haven't seen Muppets for years.
He has 4 arms and he's orange. And he has big googly eyes and spiky hair.
I think so. Yeah, orange. He's a bit like Ernie.
He's orange and he has 4 arms. I used to, when I was really young, it's one of the most earliest nightmares I can remember. It was when I first started primary school. I remember in the dream, I was walking down the corridor and then I looked through the door because it had a door with a bit of glass in. I looked through the door to the older class, to the kids in the older class to see what they were doing, like I was spying on them for some reason. And as I was looking through this door at the other class, I hear something behind me, and I turn round, and then there's Pepe the King Prawn standing right behind me, the Muppet.
Is he the one with the crazy hair? He's got crazy hair, I think, isn't he?
Crazy, spiky orange hair, and he's orange, and he has 4 arms.
Oh, yeah, no, I know what you mean, yeah.
I turn around, and he was right behind me.
Oh,
and
my God.
Starts demonic laughing, like, ha 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 ha.
Oh, God.
And then he drags me down the corridor, drags me right down to the end of the corridor.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was one of the earliest nightmares I can remember.
Do you wake up when you have nightmares like that?
Sometimes. I think I did with that one in the end.
Oh my God, my friend who my dear friend who I live with, I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, so I won't name him, but he has proper night terrors. I don't know, and like he'll call out sometimes in the night, and I think that must be so terrifying. He's always okay once he wakes up, but I think I don't know whether they're kind of anxiety dreams, but sometimes we have this thing now. I'll literally give him a call just to sort of make sure he's all right, and but he gets them all. He's had them all his life ever since he was a kid. I think some people just, I don't know if it's the overthinkers or something, because he uses his brain all the time. He's always thinking, he's always working stuff out. I don't know whether you have more if you're somebody who tends to think or worry about things a lot. I don't know. I guess that's probably a huge part of it. Anxiety dreams and stuff.
Oh, that's interesting. I haven't had ones like I would say like your friend has, but I do hear my dad call out in the night, go like sometimes, because he has he has dreams about not being able to move and there being a ghost.
Oh God! Oh yeah! What are they? You can have those sleep paralysis or something they call that, isn't it?
Yeah, sleep paralysis.
That's supposed to be really kind of frightful, isn't it? Because
I know I've never actually had sleep paralysis, but have you, or do you know anyone?
I don't, but I have heard of it. It's supposed to be pretty bad. No, I don't. Sleepwalking's another one as well. Is that something have you done any of that, sleepwalking?
Oh yeah, I used to sleepwalk a lot when I was younger. I don't anymore, but when I was a kid, I used to sleepwalk all the time.
God.
I remember one time, it's quite embarrassing. My mum told me that when I was younger, I sleepwalked and did a piss in the laundry basket like it was a toilet. And I don't even remember doing it.
Oh wow. No, that's see, that's the thing. People do weird things. Like I read this article in the news, like I think it was a couple of years ago. A guy who'd wake up and get on his motorbike, or was it a woman? Somebody would get on their motorbike and just ride off, and then come back, but they didn't even know they'd done it. It's like weird stuff.
Oh, sleep driving, that's dangerous.
I know. I'll have to find it and send you the link to that so you can see. But it was just you hear all kinds of weird stories. There's dreams. It's just the one thing we don't quite. No, we don't really know what they're for yet. We don't really know what they're about.
And I even heard a news story that someone slept drove to their mother-in-law's house and killed their mother-in-law with a wrench.
Oh God! They dreamt it, or they actually did it.
Well, they sleptwalked, so they didn't remember doing it. But they woke up and they had like blood on their hands, stuff like that.
Oh wow!
And they actually got they actually wasn't charged because the judge ruled that he actually wasn't aware of what he was doing, what happened.
Oh whoa, yeah.
So that was quite tragic.
What's that thing? There's a name for that. It's like not in your right mind. No, what's it? A plea of insanity or something. As in, if something like that really was completely out of your control.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And you can't. Yeah, which is even more terrifying because if you do. At least if you know somebody's done something bad, you know they go to jail, they did something bad. But if somebody wasn't even in control of their own mind, like that's just wow, that's just deep.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is. And any other dreams-related topics you could think of you wanted to bring up?
Oh, kind of. But just before I do, I've just found something which really reminds me of your dreams. There was a guy playing the piano earlier who reminded me of Googly Eyes, only he was blue, not green, and they didn't have the googly eyes, just had that weird silhouette. And then I found some other people doing some weird dancing in a room, and it kind of reminds me of something that you'd create. They're stealing your kind of ideas.
Oh yeah, that's funny. I actually did see something in one of them haunted house levels that looked a lot like Mrs. Bangle.
Oh, I haven't found her yet. I'll have a look. It's very cool, actually.
Yeah, there's this ghost with a white you might find it looks like Mrs. Bangle and says this is your greatest fear.
Oh, wait, say that again. It looks like Mrs. Bangle and what's the greatest fear?
It's a faceless being, but it has Mrs. Bangle's face on it, and it says writing above it that says this is your greatest fear. I found that in All Hallows Dreams.
Oh my god. I mean, dreams are great. I mean, I literally have. I find myself like looking forward to having them. I always want to have dreams. I like always enjoy them. I enjoy it, you know, the feeling of being always sort of liked otherworldly things and things that don't make quite a lot of sense. I kind of like that. So I get excited.
Yeah, very very exciting when they happen. And could I talk about theories of dreams, of what they are?
Oh,
like people's
yeah. What they mean?
Yeah, well, not just what they mean, but like theories. So like either spiritual or scientific.
Absolutely, yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, let's do it.
There's a lot of like you said earlier, there's a lot of theories that dreams are sort of part of what do you call it, like evolution or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's one theory, depending on what you believe. And another theory, I believe some quite outlandish theories myself. I don't know if you've ever heard of the multiverse theory.
Yeah, like loads of different parallel universes and other universes and separate realities, that sort of thing, or
yeah, there's that. Yeah, that's it. The multiverse theory. It's a theory of multiple Earths. So like that this universe isn't the only one sort of theory. There's a theory that connects that with dreams, which basically is when you go to sleep, a lot of the dreams you have could be glimpses into other versions of you in other dimensions, so like other realities of what you're experiencing.
Oh wow!
And so like it's like that you're seeing yourself from that point of view in another reality, but also your mind sort of intervenes with it as well and creates stuff from your mind. That's one theory. But do you know any other theories on dreams?
Not on dreams specifically, but I mean, I know that because the thing is they are hallucinations, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, but they have meanings. They draw from our memories. So, like very very specifically sometimes. So I sometimes wonder if a lot of them come from regret, because I've sort of had dreams of people, you know, that maybe, you know, hadn't spoken to in ages, and you know, and they're back. I wonder whether some of it just stems from a place of regret when we have. I mean, you shouldn't live your life in regret, but there are things that we all do that we regret, or that have regretted, or we regret not saying bye to somebody, or visiting somewhere again. I think sometimes they come from regret, and it's not it's not like a bad.
That's a huge possibility, because I've had a few dreams like you say, like regret sort of stuff. That's another interesting theory.
Yeah, it's just there's so much about them we don't know. I mean, maybe I haven't done enough research, but I just find them so mysterious, and that's why I think I love them so much. I love having them, and they're just from what I know, I watched a documentary on dreams.
apart from them happening in your head, in your brain, like apart from you experiencing them in your brain, scientists don't actually know what they are or what actually causes them.
Yeah, yeah. What Yeah. What are they? What's
Like no one really knows that what they are for sure, but they just know that we experience it in our heads at night. So that's all they know really.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's different theories on dreams. I'm just trying to think other crazy ones.
What are they for? Like, are they warnings? You know, are they warning us about stuff? Because are they warning us about where we should be, or what we could be, or what to be aware of?
There's a lot of things in the subconscious which you couldn't be conscious about, which can manifest in your dreams and warn you about something which you might not be aware of in your conscious mind. I don't know if you've heard of subconscious.
Yeah, the subconscious. Yeah.
A lot of dreams apparently come from the subconscious, from what I've heard.
Yeah. It's so weird, and it's like, do you ever find that it's like you hear the voices, but you don't hear the voices? Like I can't remember what someone sounded like in the dream, but like it's so weird. They just don't make sense. The thing is, it's clever because we are asleep, but our brain is really, really active, and that's kind of amazing, isn't it? Because we're not even awake, but we're so in tune with protecting ourselves and defense, and like that I think we just never switch off. And maybe we're even more active when we sleep because we know that we're in a vulnerable position. Because the function of sleep in itself, even without dreams, is mysterious. Because apart from resting up, it doesn't really serve any purpose. It's not quite clear why we sleep, why our body does that to recover. It's just really weird. So the dreams are just an added bonus to an already mysterious act that we do, which is sleep.
Yeah, they're a lot interesting, like movies you can watch in the night, like what to do with your life and things from your mind and stuff.
I think maybe possibly part of the reason why I'm sort of sometimes cold to dreams, and maybe you are too, is I've always liked, since I was a small child, being like scared of things. I've always loved ghost stories and spooky things and stuff that makes me feel a bit, out of place. So maybe, and like horror movies and all that spooky stuff. So I guess maybe if I'm dreaming and it's scary, maybe a brain kind of knows that it's a dream. I'm into special effects and stuff like that, and so maybe I don't know, it's just a guess, but maybe I like it. Maybe I like being spooked out, and so it therefore doesn't make me scared anymore. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good theory. That is. Have you ever had? There's another topic I just thought of. Have you ever had any recurring dreams or reoccurring people in your dreams, like who don't exist or anything like that?
Not so much. Not like characters like you have, because you have some really good ones. I definitely have seen people like teachers and exes and stuff like that. Not so much exes, but people from so long ago that I've not even spoken to in like hundreds of years. For some reason, a lot of it comes from my mentors and my teachers. Actually, it's really weird.
That's interesting.
That's a strange one. A lot of them have been them, but very few family, but sometimes family stuff.
And have you had any recurring dream locations that don't exist in real life, but you visit there again in your dreams?
I don't think so, actually. They always seem to be different. There's no consistency, which is annoying, because I'd like consistency. A lot of the places are either real places that I've been to, or they're just completely made up random. How about yours? Yours are kind of mixed, aren't they?
I've had a lot of I've had a lot of dreams about places that don't exist in real life, but I end up revisiting them again in later dreams. So one of them is this castle is this car park, and then there's this like it's on the coast, so it's on the sea, and it drops down to the sea, and there's this bridge going along to this old castle, and I've had reoccurring dreams at this castle, but I don't know where it is in real life. I don't know if it even exists in real life. And another dream, a recurring dream place I have about is I call it the Bath Morgue. This place I've named it the Bath Morgue.
Bath Morgue.
Bath Morgue. Yeah, it's basically this. I'll be in a random dream and I'd find this subway entrance just like out of nowhere that takes me underground, and I'd go underground and I'd be in this huge water park, like this huge fun water park, and it just spans really far underground for ages. And I keep revisiting that place in a lot of my dreams, and it's like really mysterious.
God, I mean, one thing we do know for sure, I guess, which is that certain dreams, if you have, you know, if you do have something like PSD, or you've had a traumatic experience, those will be recurring dreams. You know, like soldiers, you hear soldiers and people, war veterans, or people who've survived something. If it's so impactful, it will impact their dreams. It will stay with them in their dreams. Some things, I guess, if something's really bad, it will, or really impactful, even good. But I guess that will kind of stay with you, stays in your mind, never really goes away.
Traumatic stuff can sort of linger in your subconscious. Yeah,
and I think even when we try and forget stuff, it'll probably make us dream about it even more, because we know that we're trying to put it away, you know, forget about it in the back of our minds, and we end up, you know, it ends up coming back, something not very pleasant or something weird, and you know, but they're just so fascinating.
How much? Do you know how much time we've got left on the time limit?
Oh yeah, having so much fun. I'm forgetting it all. 44 minutes. So we could look about sort of wrapping up soonish, because at 44 we've been going for 44 minutes. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, when you were talking about aeroplanes earlier, reminded me of a crazy aeroplane dream I had the other week. Do I have time to tell you about that and some other stuff?
Yeah, loads of time. No, go for it. As many dreams as possible.
Yeah, I had this crazy aeroplane dream a few weeks ago, and I got on this aeroplane. But the weird thing was, for most of the flight, it wasn't even flying. It was driving on the road like it was a car. But it was in a big passenger aeroplane. So it took off and it was flying. Then it landed on the road and it was driving on the road for a while. And it landed in my hometown of Tenterden. And I was looking out the window at everyone while I was in the plane. And then I see my granddad, my granddad that is still alive. I see him. And he opens the window of the plane and hands me a gun, like a really powerful rifle. And he says I can keep it. He says I can keep it as a present. So then I'm in the plane with this gun, and then I come to the realization that I've got a gun on a plane, and I wouldn't be able to get it through customs when it lands.
Oh God!
So I'm in quite a bad situation, because I'll get in trouble if I'm caught taking a gun through customs into the next country. So I'm trying to figure out where can I put this gun? Like, what can I do with it? And then I see Jim Carrey, the actor Jim Carrey.
Oh
on the
wow!
airplane.
Yeah. What's he doing there?
I don't know. He's just sitting there on the airplane, and I go up to him, I talk to him, and he says that if I take his winning lottery tickets, he'll keep the gun.
Oh wow!
So he has loads of these winning lottery tickets. He says they're all winning, and he hands me this bunch of winning lottery tickets, and I give him the gun, and he keeps the gun, and I keep the winning lottery tickets, and then I'm saved for getting in trouble with this gun because I gave it to Jim Carrey.
Saved by Jim Carrey. See, that's the sort of thing that is brilliant. That's what I love about dreams. The random wackiness is just great. They make no sense, yet they make sense. There's kind of logic in it. You know, you knew that you had a gun on customs and that it was a bad thing, and you knew you had to get out of that bad situation. You made a deal which made no sense but logical sense. So dreams are great. I absolutely love them. Dreams are just so cool.
Yeah, really bizarre. Have you ever had any celebrity dreams, like famous people?
I think I have. I'm trying to remember now. I'm sure I've met people. None that stand out at the moment. I'll probably finish this and be like, oh my God, I remember that time I dreamt about Joanna Lumley or something random. But like, I can't think of any at this exact moment, which is weird.
Reminds me of something. There's something that happened in real life that, when telling you, it sounds like a dream, but it wasn't a dream. It was real.
Well, what?
It was to do with a celebrity. Basically, I met. Do you know who Paul McCartney is?
Oh God, yeah, brilliant.
Great, the Beatles member.
Yeah.
I met Paul McCartney in a World War II pillbox in a World War II bunker.
In real life.
In real life, yeah.
What was he doing there? I guess he was just visiting history.
It was when I was a kid. Like I was like 7. I was at this place called Rye Harbour, and I was running down this long track, and I find this World War II bunker, and then I go in there, and then Paul McCartney's there with his wife, and he's like, "Oh, hi, how are you doing?" And then he gives, I didn't know, so I ask him, I say, "Does it cost to go into this bunker?" And he makes a joke with me. He says, "Yes, it costs £1," and he gives me a pound coin and says I can go in.
Wow.
And that was real. That happened in real life.
I would have kept that pound forever and called it the Paul McCartney pound.
Yeah, the funny thing was, I didn't know who it was at the time because I was really young. I didn't know it was a famous celebrity, but my parents saw him and they were like, "Oh my God, that's Paul McCartney."
Well, when was this? Sorry, when was this?
This was when I was like 7 years old. It was like 2004 or 5.
Wow. That does sound like a dream, doesn't it? It does sound like the sort of thing like a person would dream about. It's great.
Yeah, meeting Paul McCartney in a World War II bunker.
In a World War II pillbox. You could turn it into a dream, even though it happened. You could still turn it into one of your, but give it your spooky spin on it. Maybe Paul McCartney's some sort of ghost, the ghost of Paul McCartney.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That how are we doing for time?
Oh well, we've got 10 minutes, so yeah. Shall we kind of 50? Oh no, well 20. Actually, I lied. It's 20 minutes because there's no. I can't count today. Sorry, it's 49. So yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah, we can wrap it up, I guess.
Is there any? Just wondering, is there any other things you wrote down, like anything you wanted to add to this podcast that we haven't talked about yet?
In terms of dreams, yeah, I mean, first of all, if you really like building and creating and you want to turn your dreams into actual dreams like Millennia does, highly recommend you download this game, Dreams, that we're both playing. He's playing it from his point of view, I'm playing it from my point of view, which we've just been simultaneously playing, but honestly, it's the world of possibilities is out there, so just grab the game and make whatever you want. Also, yeah, in terms of dreams, if anyone has any dreams that fascinate them or that they want to talk about or that they're interested, just let us know. Tell us your dreams if you fancy it. Message us, because we're both very fascinated by it. Or any questions you have for Millennia about his dreams and what and stuff like that. And
yeah, and check out Apocolex 93's YouTube channel. Is it 93? I'll just make sure I say that right.
Yeah, 93. Yeah. I'm not 93, but I was born in. I'm an old man. But yeah.
Yeah, check out. Subscribe to Apocolex 93 and Toodaloo Gaming, and check out the Sweet Dreams Radio podcast on Spotify, and you can email the Sweet Dreams podcast, and they will read out your dreams and try and interpret them in that podcast.
Sweet Dreams. I'm literally doing that right now because I really got it. Sweet Dreams podcast. How many people are in it?
3 people. Two men and a woman. They're all siblings.
Oh, cool. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Well, shall we wrap it up here then, just in case it cuts out? I don't think it will, but it.
Yeah. If you want, yeah. There's I think we said everything that needs to be said. And
yeah.
Anything else? Anything else you want to say?
Yeah. Well, first of all, big thank you to Millennia, because this was a great idea of yours, and it's been so lovely to catch up with you again because we haven't caught up properly for ages, and I've loved this. I could talk to you about dreams all day, and I love it. So, yeah, thank you. And
thanks for agreeing to do the podcast. It's much appreciated.
Oh no, I loved it. And you guys listening, if you've listened to the whole thing, thank you so much. Happy Halloween, by the way. Ooh, Halloween is near, so have a very happy Halloween.
Mrs. Bangle would like to wish everyone a happy Halloween if we have time, so I can just go and get her.
Yes, go grab Mrs. Bangle. He's just off to get Mrs. Bangle.
Mrs. Bangle, could you wish everyone a happy Halloween for my podcast, please, dear? You will? Oh, thank you. I'll give you the mic, but try not to drop it.
She's got a bit clumsy sometimes when it comes to mics.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Mrs. Bangle, hello.
Oh, hello, dear. Oh, yes. I'll be watching your podcast, darling, and I just wanted to say, everyone, happy Halloween, everybody. And
happy Halloween.
Oh, yeah, Halloween. And Mrs. Bangle's going to be doing a Halloween video, darling. A Halloween special video on my YouTube channel, darling, on the YouTube channel Millennia Productions, and my official Mrs. Bangle channel, darling. So Hope everyone has a happy Halloween, darling.
Happy Halloween! Happy Halloween! Bye, Mrs. Bangle. Thank you.
Bye-bye, dear.
Bye
Love you,
bye. Bye. Oh, Mrs. Bangle, the one and only.
Millennia, you can have a bite by now, darling. Thanks, Mrs. Bangle. Yeah,
What a
appreciate
legend! What a legend! I still haven't got over the fact that she saved me from dinner time on one of your creations. That was excellent.
Oh yeah.
What was that creation? What was that called again? That one?
It's called Trapped in a Dream, and I actually submitted that to the community jam, Halloween community jam. So I'm hoping that might get some votes.
Oh God! Tell me how to vote. I will 100% back that.
The community voting for the community jam starts in 2 days. In the Dreams home scheme, you go to community jam, and then in 2 days, when the voting happens, you can vote for the stuff you play. So, if you want to, you could vote for mine or anyone's.
Yeah, oh God, I would. Yeah, 100%. Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, excellent. Oh well, thanks, Millennia. And you're right. You mentioned Toodaloo. Shout out Toodaloo Gaming. Sorry, shame you couldn't join us, but another time. He's doing his own thing anyway. He's enjoying Mafia. So we will, yeah. Thank you so much, Millennia, and thank you for listening. And yeah, we will catch you on the next one.
Yeah, thanks.
Happy Halloween. Bye-bye.